When you want to write an essay, you always have to start with a sentence and a paragraph and then write a whole essay. So for me, communication is that sentence writing, making sure that we first understand each other. We talk about equal opportunity in mediation. It's very common in the US that when a mediator goes to caucus is 5-10 minutes with one party, 5-10 minutes with the other party. While imagine if you have a Chinese and American mediating in English, it's not the same to give them each 5 or 10 minutes. Because first of the, of course, language proficiency, but also because of the way people communicate. We have high context people, low context people who may just say something in one sentence. We had a training in Brazil, actually, in the Amazonas state, where we also had to deal with this issue that we had these gigantic companies and lawyers coming from different countries. And then we had the tribes, the local tribes who were trying to negotiate. And you can't really give them all 10 minutes. So in my practice, I try to level the field by making sure that people understand it's about sending the message across. It's not necessarily about how many exactly minutes or seconds we have, especially in a process like mediation, which is ultimately about party autonomy. I want them to know that I'm just there to moderate a conversation, that they need to just take their time to understand, make the long story long. I don't want everyone to feel the pressure of giving me a short version or cut to the chase, as we think sometimes is efficient. It actually can be very inefficient to cut to the chase sometimes, because we miss all those kind of, behind the scene reasons for a conflict. So I try to level the field with different things, including by going to caucus. If I feel like it's really a huge difference between the way parties communicate, I always separate them. I try to have the conversation in the caucus and then bring them to the joint session, and making sure that I rephrase and reframe everything in a way that's understandable to everyone. And I found that relatively efficient. And of course, we can always change the culture by making sure that people understand sometimes up to 70% of a message is sent through nonverbal cues. And the level of the verbal cues and nonverbal cues that people use in different cultures is enormously different. So I try to always at least clarify that with the parties. Sometimes you just need to take a pause. Sometimes I have them, prepared beforehand by writing their briefs, by preparing for the main points, by sharing the agenda between the parties. And to be quite honest, language, culture, yes, those are the different things, but also financial situation, socioeconomics, the level of education, all plays a role. So we have to address all of those, I think, at the same time, including, of course, the cultures that are different.